Early voting is underway here in Nebraska, the first test of the state's new voter ID law. And Secretary of State Bob Evnen is joining me now to talk all about it. How's it going?
It's going well, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I've talked to local election commissioners. They say they're not having very many issues on this. What are you hearing?
We're hearing that things are going very smoothly. there have been received across the state 139,000 requests for early ballots. And our voters are providing the information necessary in this voter photo ID environment. It's really historic. We're going to have a historic primary in Nebraska in May 14, because this will be the first time that Nebraskans will be called upon to provide a photo ID in order to vote.
Yeah, one election commissioner telling me they've had a few social security numbers go in instead of those driver's license numbers. What do people need to know when they're filling out the forms and when they're voting?
Well, when you're voting, if you go to the polls, 97 or 98% of Nebraska's registered voters already have a DMV issued driver's license or photo ID. So 97 or 98% of our registered voters are covered that way. Bring your driver's license or your photo ID with you to the polls. But even if you forget to bring it, then I wonder how you got there, but that's another department. But even if you forget your ID, then you'll be able to mark a ballot. It'll be held in an envelope as a provisional ballot, and then you have a week to come in to the county clerk or election commissioner's office to present your ID. If you're voting early, when you request an early ballot, then you'll be asked to put down your driver's license number or your DMV issued state ID number. If you're not using either of those, then you make a copy of the approved form of ID that you do have and enclose it with your written request.
And there's quite a few. We have those up on our screen right now. What is your office doing from now until the election and even on to the general election to make sure this goes smoothly?
Well, we're providing support and training for our county election offices. We're helping them with training poll workers. And by the way, county offices can all use poll workers. We can always use poll workers. Poll working is a great civic opportunity for people. Poll workers are key to running safe, secure, accurate elections. And that's key for our representative democracy, our republic. So it's a great thing to serve as a poll worker, and I hope people will consider signing up to do that. It's paid.
Yeah, well, there you go. Something to do on Election Day. I have to ask you about the Opportunity Scholarship Act. A new version of that was passed in the legislature just yesterday, but there's already a ballot issue on the ballot right now. How does that impact that?
Right. There's a referendum. There were signatures collected for a referendum on last year's Opportunity Scholarship law to put it on the ballot for repeal. But now the legislature itself has repealed it. And so the question is there anything left to vote on? And we're consulting with the Attorney General's office, and we'll be making an announcement about that soon.
All right. And I know the group behind that says they might be gathering those petition signatures again, trying to repeal this latest version. What do they need to do? There's a deadline in July, right?
Yes, they'll have a deadline in early July if they wish to do that, and they'll have to collect quite a few signatures between now and then. If they provide us with signatures in accordance with the requirements, then of course the counties will work to verify those signatures so that we can make a timely decision about putting that on the ballot.
All right. And another issue, we've got a new political party here in Nebraska.
We do. We have the No Labels Party in Nebraska, and this is a group that's trying to get party recognition in a number of states across the country. They needed to collect in Nebraska something over 6,700 verified signatures. They submitted over 16,000 verified signatures, so we had way more than they needed to. So this is a new political party in Nebraska. They don't have a candidate. This is essentially for the presidency. They haven't come up with a candidate as yet that they want to put forward as their presidential candidate. But if they do, that person will be on the ballot in November as the No Labels Party. And if voters want to switch to the No Labels Party in terms of their own registration, Nebraska voters will be able to do that starting the day after the primary.
All right. We'll have more information on our website, nebraska.tv, about how you can check all your status and all that stuff. Thank you so much, Secretary.
My pleasure. Good to be with you.